live from the New York Stock Exchange. It's nice to have you on, sir. Thank you so much for being with us. This is an exciting business you have. It's all about pool and spa, and you have a really big market share here in the United States of America. Give us some more details on the company so people become more familiar with Hayward.
Yeah, great. Look, thank you, Nicole. It is a fantastic day. We're super excited to be here. You know, this is the culmination of many years of hard work. I'm really proud to be able to represent the Hayward employees who have worked really diligently over the course of many decades to make this a reality. As you mentioned, look, Hayward is a residential pure play. 93% of our revenue is earned from the residential pool market. That sets us apart from others in the industry. And I think what's really important to understand is 75% of our revenue is gleaned from the aftermarket. And as you mentioned, the North American market is a very important market for us. You know, it represents close to 10 million pools, which is over 40% of the global pool market. Great technology adoption in this market, and it's a market we're proud to serve.
And you serve customers in many countries, obviously not just here in the United States. It's my understanding it's over 25 countries. And the company, to your point, you said decades. I mean, pretty soon you're going to have a century, a 100 years party, right? I think it was 1925 that your company was around. So certainly a lot of years of experience and growth. And why now? Why go public now? Especially, you know, it's been a tough pandemic time. Why go public now? I know you priced on the lower end of the range with the $17 in that 17 to 19 range. I guess trying to keep it fair here. Tell me more about why now.
Yeah, look, as I mentioned, this company has grown very well over the decades. We have a senior leadership team that's demonstrated it can grow an organization at close to 7% on the top line and at 9%, close to 10% actually, in terms of profit growth. So it's the right time for us. You know, we're continuing to inflect in our industry. This takes us into a whole new level of opportunity to grow the business. We have aligned ourselves with really growth-orientated investors, and we believe this is the right time for us to invest in our business, both to grow it organically and through acquisition over the course of the next 10, 20 years.
You have some really big shareholders that include private equity firm CCMP Capital Advisors, billionaire Michael Dell's MSD Partners, Canadian institutional investment manager Alberta Investment. As we see the growth in your company and some very notable investors who believe in your company, obviously, what's the growth pattern now? Because when we think of residential, we don't really think of that as being the biggest and the best, but it turns out you're putting all your residents together and you have a majority of your money coming in that way. You said 93% of the business. It's not like you need one big hotel or one big building or something. You just have a lot of residential. So how do you grow the business now?
Yeah, so again, I come back to the theme. You know, we're primarily driven to the aftermarket. 75% of our revenue is attached to the aftermarket, and that aftermarket is really growing concentrically. There's a lot of new products that Hayward's brought to market over the last 5 years, which have just a fantastic environmental sustainability attachment, as well as an energy efficiency attachment, which is really making the operating costs of pool that much more affordable. And I think what's really interesting at this time is this massive technology adoption, which I think has actually been accelerated by the COVID experience. People are looking for smart solutions inside their home and inside the backyard, and we have a fantastic control arrangement. So you, Nicole, if you own a pool, you can now govern your pool equipment through an app, which is the #1 rated app across Google and Apple, to really enjoy your pool much more informally. And you know, an exciting time for this organization to continue to leverage that app as we think about how can we grow elsewhere in the backyard. Always we're going to be focused as an organization to pool, but how do we think about growing outside, in and around that space within the backyard, leveraging now this app, which is really an informative and rich way that the consumer can experience their outdoor living.
Right. I like how you're talking about moving everything forward, using technology. ESG becomes part of the conversation, just like we changed our light bulbs and things like that. What are some of your best-selling products that are incredibly innovative and what do you see coming to the market in the years ahead that you're excited about?
Yeah, it's a great question. One thing I'd point to is our salt chlorination system. A lot of pools historically have been chlorinated using chemicals. We now harness a natural process to use salt to generate chlorine into the pool, which is, from an environmental perspective, reduces the consumption of chemical chlorine in the pool and provides a really rich, silky water feel. For those that have experienced saltwater pools, you'll understand what I'm referring to. I'd say secondarily, we're increasing the sanitization elements of our equipment offering, and now we have UV and ozone sanitization systems, which really kill over 99% of bacteria in a pool. So really a fantastic addition to the product line in the current environment.